annual conference of the American Medical Group Association. You know, each year I get to welcome you to this conference, and in doing so, I get to report to you that this year is our largest attendance ever. Well, I have to tell you, once again, we beat all records. Don Reedon, your record of last year has been beat. We've got more than 2,200 people here this week, and the success of this conference, when you think of that, growth year after year after year, is really the result of our members, both our new members and old members, friends and colleagues. Your willingness to come here and share your ideas and your strategies with one another on how to accelerate getting to high-performance health is what makes this conference so successful. So thanks for sharing, thanks for being here, and thanks for being part of our success. The next few days is going to be an exchange of a lot of ideas and strategies. And my ask of you when you go home is to make sure you take home with you some of these ideas and some strategies, and you work to implement them back home to accelerate your progress and your journey to becoming a high-performing health system. You know, AMGA's had a lot of achievements over the years, and tomorrow morning, Dr. Don Reedon, who was the board chair in 2015, will be reporting on some of those highlights. But I just want to take this moment to say that those highlights, those achievements would not be possible if it weren't for an extremely dedicated board of directors. It's really an honor for me as your president and CEO to work alongside these leaders in the pursuit of our mission as we support our members as they transform healthcare to patients through high-performance health. So I'd like to thank the board of directors for their many contributions and for their support for many, many years. I'd like to welcome our corporate partners and our exhibitors, for without them, this program would simply not be possible. So I ask you this morning, when we take the breaks, go to the exhibit hall, visit with them, talk to them, learn how you might partner with them in order to take home some tools and some services that will accelerate your change as well. And by all means, when you're in the exhibit hall, please thank them for their support and their contributions. I'd like to recognize and acknowledge our sustaining partner at AMGA, Optum. Optum has made many contributions to AMGA and our family of corporations, so thank you very much for your support. This conference is put together every year by a team of members and staff, and they review all the submissions for the breakouts, and they review the submissions for the keynote sessions. And I just want to thank this team for their time and their effort and their feedback. It's really terrific, and we really appreciate their work. And last but not least, I'd like to thank the staff, because their efforts result in this outstanding conference year after year after year, and for the valuable services they provide you as members throughout the year. So thank you for your attention this morning. I'm really excited to be able to work with you as we transform healthcare to high-performance health. Thank you. So now I'd like to welcome to the stage Don Sorensen, who's the AMGA Board Chair and President of Mercy Health, which is part of Mercy Health System, which is the 7th largest Catholic healthcare system in the United States. Don?
Thank you, bud. Thanks, buddy. Well, welcome to Orlando, and welcome to the AMGA Annual Conference. We have some incredible, big, exciting news for you all around the AMGA brand. It reflects the past 50 years of leadership that AMGA has provided and points to the future. AMGA has been a leader in healthcare and continues to be the society for healthcare leaders in the nation. We have a great legacy at AMGA, and I want to thank all the past board members, past board chairs, and the AMGA leadership for building such a great legacy. We have a big year in the presidential election this year, and we have Karl Rove and James Carville here tomorrow, which ought to be incredibly entertaining and really informative. Before I get on to our exciting announcement, I wanted to review a little bit more of the legacy that's AMGA. AMGA started back in 1950. We had only 36 medical groups. AMGA was also the first organization to create an accreditation program for medical groups. Today, we have 450 medical groups and health systems taking care of patients in all 50 states. We have 170,000 physicians taking care of 120 million Americans. That's 1 in 3 Americans are taken care of by you all. Our first meeting was in Washington, D.C. There was only 43 medical groups in attendance. Today, of course, we're in beautiful Orlando, and what's really incredible to me is of that 43 medical groups, 11 of you are here today. That speaks volumes for your leadership and your legacy. Back in 1950, healthcare expenditures were 4.5% of the GDP. Today, healthcare expenditures are just under 20% of the GDP. That is one of the main reasons we are having challenges in healthcare today. Simply put, America can't afford us. In 1950, the U.S. Public Health Service developed ICD codes. Today, of course, we have ICD-10. So let's have a little fun facts about what was going on in 1950. So in 1950, population was 152 million Americans. It's, of course, nearly doubled, and today we have 318 Americans. Life expectancy was 68, today 78. The average income of a physician in 1950 was $11,000. I wouldn't mind going back to that right now. Today it's about $173,000. Median price of a home was $7,000. Today $236,000. Leading cause of death in 1950 was heart disease. Leading cause of death today, heart disease. So it's clear some things stayed the same, and it's clear some things change. In 1980, we hired our new president, AMGA president, Dr. Donald W. Fisher. And as you can see, he hasn't changed a bit. Sorry, Don. We have a remarkable history here. We have been leading and advancing high-performance health. AMGA members have faced challenges, but with the help of AMGA, we've been able to succeed and advance high-performing health. Our future is no different. AMGA members will be facing significant financial challenges going forward. Okay, so several months ago, we surveyed you and asked you about your revenues in your medical groups, your expenses, the number of doctors you have in your medical groups, and if you're a health system, the number of beds you have. We got all that information in, good response rate, thank you. We aggregated all of your information together, and what we wanted to do, understanding the governmental changes or challenges we have, we wanted to give you an economic forecast of what these future governmental reductions are going to do to us. Okay, I recognize and I know all of your health systems and medical groups are unique and different. This is not meant to be an exact financial projection. This is meant to be a directional look at the challenges we have, okay? So, as you'll see, revenues are in blue, expenses are in red, X-axis is years, Y is dollars, and it's in millions. This is aggregated data, again, and it's medical groups and health systems combined, okay? So right now we're looking at about a 2.5% operating margin, revenues against expenses. Okay, remember, this is just a directional look. So the first attack on our revenues are going to be on the doctor side, on the medical group side, and we believe there's about a 3% revenue risk, chiefly coming from coding changes, particularly around Medicare risk products, value-based physician penalties, and utilization reductions as a result of or a byproduct of being in an ACO. The next attack on revenues are kind of on the hospital side, and that's an additional 3% on top of the 3% I already spoke of. And these cuts come around the disproportionate share cuts, two-midnight rule, reductions in critical access hospital support, and site neutrality reductions. Okay, so as you look at these, I recognize some of you won't have these, some of you will have more than others, depending upon your payer class. There's marginal effect on each one of these. But the point here is that there's going to be challenges. There are downward pressures on our revenue. Our revenue curves are bending down. And we need to be prepared for that and understanding what our options are. So, is the government going to help us? I think not. But with AMGA's continued leadership, we will continue to make and continue to keep the promise to all Americans that we're going to provide high-quality, cost-effective care. AMGA is dedicated to educating, sharing, equipping, uniting, advocating, and supporting you all. We have been advancing high-performance health for 50 years, and AMGA will continue to do it for another 50 years. And now I'd like to make this exciting announcement, and to make this exciting announcement, I would like to bring Dr. Fisher back on stage. As Dr. Fisher makes his way on stage, I'd like to take an opportunity, because I've got the microphone, to thank a few people. First, I'd like to recognize my Mercy colleagues. I work with some of the smartest, most dedicated, big-hearted leaders in the nation. And when I think about my best friends, my best friend list is populated mostly by Mercy workers. So what does that, Mercy leaders, so what does that mean? I get to work with my best friends. So I'd like my Mercy colleagues and leaders to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Boy, that's a lot of you. Who's running the shop? There's about 20,000 employees in Missouri right now that are pretty darn happy. Next, I'd like to introduce you to my family. First, my fiance, Alicia. So we all know what these jobs are, right? Long hours, dinner meetings, the rubber chicken circuit, and she's always been there to support me and be understanding. Next is my daughter, Jenna. Jenna is finishing her high school career. She is a valedictorian, president of the National Honor Society, president of DECA, a volleyball star, and she's just been accepted into St. Louis University pre-med. She will be a Mercy doctor, so you guys keep your meat hooks off of her. Next is my son. He just finished his college career at Mizzou, is in sales and marketing, and is tearing up St. Louis with sales and marketing. He is a ball. So those of you who have ran into him the last couple of days, you know what I mean. And if any of you are bored and want to have a good time, find him sometime the next 2 days. Can I have my family be recognized, please? Love you guys.
So Don, that's a beautiful family, and it's been a pleasure for me to get to know all of them over these years. It's really great. You know, while we're a leadership organization, our brand has not evolved along with this organization. Today we're changing that in order to make certain that our brand truly represents and reflects who we are and what we do. We felt we needed to update our brand and to change it to best reflect the new reality, while we still honor our heritage and giving AMGA a fresh identity, looking forward and clearly focused. Now, the first thing you're going to notice in our new brand is that we're no longer going to refer to AMGA as the American Medical Group Association. Our new brand, like that of IBM or KFC, will drop this terminology completely, instead focusing on advancing high-performance health.
So we initiated a journey to redefine our brand. We wanted to broaden our reach and embrace a full range of all of our constituents to communicate our common purpose.
We also wanted to establish a closer relationship with AMGA's corporate family, tying our foundation, our analytics team, our consulting organization, and our CAP affiliate even more closely to AMGA.
And we wanted a brand that would inspire all of you, our members, and the nation around a common aim of high-performance health in the 21st century. With the help of you all, our members, and other stakeholders, industry thought leaders, and the branding firm Monagle, who did a remarkable job. They actually have a booth in the exhibit hall. Please stop by and see them. We identified the attributes of the new brand.
Well, you know, Don, there's three attributes in this brand. The first one is leadership. AMGA members are defining the future of healthcare in the United States. We're collectively supporting each other and we are guiding the industry. Second is partnership. Shared learning is at the core of AMGA's value and our members' success. AMGA creates vigorous, sustaining, and indispensable partnerships with and among our members. And finally is high performance. Our members are delivering value as high-performance organization built on the traditional values of AMGA, coordinated, team-based, patient-centered care. And AMGA members promote population health, accepting accountability for the outcomes and the overall cost of care.
Well, Don, let's show them the new brand.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
AMGA is pursuing a vision that the future of healthcare in this country is going to be value-based, and it's going to be patient-centered, and the care that you deliver is going to be accountable. The roots of AMGA actually started in 1949, 1950, when a number of physician leaders came together at an American Medical Association meeting of all places to figure out how they could learn from one another. And I can tell you that the changes today are more rampant and more prolific than they've ever seen them.
In many ways, the American healthcare system is broken. In many ways, the American healthcare financing system is broken.
AMGA is taking on a role that has national importance to get us where we need to go as healthcare continues to evolve.
And what we're really doing today is we're transitioning from a system of healthcare that was paid based on the volume and intensity of services to one that's based on value. That's a huge migration because it changes the culture, it changes compensation, it changes the way medical practices deliver care. They move from being a reactive care system to a proactive care system.
While it's a challenging time to be in healthcare, it's an extremely exciting time. We have the opportunity to really reshape care delivery for the country, and I think the AMGA, the organization, is at the forefront of providing those insights.
Leading change from volume of services, intensity of services, to value.
We've got a family of corporations that runs the gamut from a trade association, does advocacy, it equips our members and it educates our members, to a consulting company, to an analytics company. I've got one medical group that used one of our predictive models and reduced their hospitalizations for congestive heart failure by over 60% in 1 year. We also work with members of Congress and the regulatory bodies to help shape legislation that's going to allow our members to thrive, and also our foundation, which has become a philanthropic arm of AMGA, which is doing very, very good work on reducing the burden of chronic illness in the United States.
Over the past 50 years, AMGA has been a leader in healthcare. And now is the time to advance our brand, change our brand, enrich our brand for the next 50 years.
We've decided to take on a rebranding of AMGA to become High Performance Health because we want our brand to catch up with where we are as an organization. AMGA is a society of leaders who are working collectively to transform healthcare in this country. We also wanted to become an indispensable partner with our members, and moving forward, we want this brand to reflect that partnership on an ongoing basis.
We believe that as this new launch of our brand, if you will, is coming to the fore, it allows all of these services to be wrapped under and interlinked.
Rebranding really demonstrates our transformation in healthcare and leading healthcare to a high quality, high service, low cost delivery system.
AMGA is going to be in a fantastic position to lead during a period of absolute accelerating healthcare change.
And at the end of the day, what's really important is all of our work is going to enhance the quality of care of patients in this country. Patients are the real beneficiaries of our work.
We are transforming healthcare. We are making healthcare better for all Americans. We're improving the lives of Americans. I couldn't be more proud to be a part of AMGA.
There it is.
There it is. So, Don, what do you think about those blue and green colors? Aren't those great?
Well, you know they are, Don, but we didn't just happenstance upon those colors. We actually picked those purposely. So what you notice is the blue is there to represent the traditions of AMGA. And the green is there to suggest renewal. And when you transition from the blue to the green, it's there to signal advancing high-performance health.
So I like the brand mark, and I like how it makes an A and a pinnacle, which really sort of means leadership and performance.
So in the coming months, you're going to see us unifying our brand across all of the divisions of AMGA and all the offerings of AMGA. We ask that you join us in advancing high-performance health. And to usher in the new brand, AMGA has a special gift for all of you this morning that you can pick up at the close of this general session. So what do you think, Don? Exciting?
This is great. We hope you guys like it as well. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much. Good job.
So speaking of high-performance health, our speaker this morning has a lot to teach us about facing daunting challenges, promoting and collaboration, and inspiring a workforce. AMGA is proud to feature Alan Mulally as our opening keynote speaker. Alan Mulally had recently orchestrated the big turnaround at Boeing Company as the president of the commercial aircraft division when the Ford Motor Company hired him in 2006. Weathering the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, Ford was on the brink of bankruptcy. Under Alan's leadership, Ford restructured its global operations, remade its entire product lineup, reconnected with its consumers, and became one of the most profitable, respected automakers in the world. And unlike its competitors, GM and Chrysler, Ford did this all without a government bailout. Alan is here this morning to share some lessons on leadership that we all can apply in healthcare. Please join me in welcoming Alan Mulally.